So JayZ's alleged son's paternity case is heating back up in court because his godmother has filed a new motion. She's claiming that vital court pages were missing in earlier rulings and demanding that the case be reopened after years of being shut down.
Crazy to me. You know, I'm not asking for no money or nothing. I'm not asking for no handouts or nothing like that. I work every day. I take care of my family. Only thing I'm asking for, if it's not the truth and there's nothing wrong with the Supreme Court, like, you know, just get it over with.
Yeah.
Things are heating up again between JayZ and that long-rumored son he still refuses to speak on. And guess who's allegedly back in the mix this time? Dame Dash. Yeah, that's right. The same dame who once helped build the whole Rockefeller empire might be stirring the pot all over again. Word on the street is that new court filings just dropped in that ongoing case with Ramir Satterthwaite, the man who's been claiming for years that he's JayZ's son from way back in the 90s. And now, whispers are saying Dame's been slipping Ramir some inside info and even a few old-school Rockefeller receipts to keep the whole situation alive. This drama's bubbling hotter than ever, and fans can't believe Dame would jump back into the middle of this storm again. So what's really going on behind those court doors? The latest shocker hit just days ago when Ramir's godmother, Ms. Lily Coley, filed a brand new motion in federal court out in California. And trust me, it's wild. According to her documents, JayZ's legal team only handed over 18 pages from what's supposed to be a court record, with more than 100 pages from back in New Jersey. That's barely a piece of the puzzle. Ms. Coley saying those missing pages might hold the real story, the truth everyone's been waiting for. Could it be the evidence that changes everything, or just another round of courtroom confusion? Either way, this case just got a whole lot messier, and people are watching closely to see what comes next, including a shocking modification request that could flip this entire case upside down. If that missing document proves the paternity issue was never officially closed in state court, then JayZ's legal team might have been giving the judge only half the picture. That would mean this whole situation is far from finished, and the real truth might still be buried deep beneath legal paperwork and sealed files. Jay's camp keeps standing firm, saying this whole ordeal is just relentless harassment that's been dragging on for decades. But now it's turned into a full-blown standoff. One side fighting to bring hidden truths from the 90s into the light, and the other doing everything possible to shut it down before it explodes. But wait, there's way more to this than just Jay refusing to acknowledge Ramir. Let's take it back to the early days, long before Beyonce, before the billion-dollar empire, before the global fame. Back then, JayZ was just a young hustler trying to climb his way into the rap scene. According to Ramir's late mother, Wanda, she and Jay allegedly had something going on during those early New Jersey days. But here's where it gets really serious. Ramir claims his mother was under 18 when that happened, and that Jay got her pregnant. That claim alone would completely change the narrative. Some people believe that's the real reason Jay's been fighting tooth and nail to silence this paternity case. It's not just about denying a connection anymore. It's about what could surface if the full truth ever makes its way into the courtroom. The stakes have never been higher, and the streets are buzzing with questions. But things took a wild turn after that, way messier than anyone expected. According to a 2018 lawsuit Ramir filed in Philadelphia, JayZ's attorney allegedly made his mother, Wanda, sign legal documents while she was still in the hospital, fresh out of a medicated coma. Can you imagine that? Those papers reportedly swapped out his godmother, Lily Coley's name without any permission, and for what seemed like shady reasons. That sneaky move ended up getting the entire case tossed out of the Philly court, and Ramir's family said they'd never seen corruption hit that hard or felt that kind of heartbreak before. But it didn't stop there, not even close. Every time Ramir tried to move forward, whether it was filing petitions, DNA requests, or new motions in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, something always shut it down. Wrong jurisdiction, expired claim, dismissed again and again, like the system was on repeat. It was a cycle of doors slammed in his face, no matter what he tried. Then things turned dark. For real. After Ramir filed that lawsuit against Jay, both he and his godmother claimed that someone actually shot at him. That's when it stopped feeling like courtroom drama and started feeling dangerous. According to Lily, things got downright eerie after the lawsuit. She said random strangers started showing up at her door, trying to intimidate her and make her back off. Can you imagine living like that? But Lily hasn't backed down once. She's been loud and clear. This isn't just about JayZ, it's about a justice system that bends for people with power and deep pockets. She's fighting to prove one thing loud and clear: money shouldn't be able to rewrite the truth. Meanwhile, JayZ's team is still locked in on shutting this whole thing down using every technical loophole they can dig up. Wrong jurisdiction, expired claim, anything that sticks. Now they're even pushing for sanctions, which basically means they want the court to punish Lily Coley for wasting their time. That could mean heavy fines or even blocking her from ever filing again. Wild, right? So instead of just clearing it all up with one simple DNA test, they've turned it into a full-blown paperwork war. Jay's camp seems to know exactly what they're doing, because as long as things stay tangled up in legal procedures, that swab test never has to happen. And that's exactly why fans online are asking the same question over and over again. If the case is really baseless, then why not just take the test and end it once and for all? Here's the twist that's blowing people's minds. Ramir's not even after money. He said it time and time again. All he wants is the truth. And let's be real, even if he somehow proved Jay was his father, he couldn't get child support now. It's not about cash. It's about closure. Even 50 Cent couldn't resist chiming in. He posted a headline about Ramir's lawsuit with the caption, "Why exactly does he want? That's his nose, LOL." The internet went crazy after that. Some laughed, others called it disrespectful, but either way, it reignited the fire. Meanwhile, Jay's lawyers are still running a totally different playbook. They see taking a DNA test as acknowledging the claim, and they want no part of that. So instead, they brush it off like background noise, hoping the story fades away quietly. But clearly that move isn't working, because decades later, the story keeps coming back louder than ever. And guess who just got pulled right back into the chaos? Damon Dash. Yep, that Dame. Word on the street is he's allegedly been sliding Ramir's team some serious throwback info straight from the early Rockefeller days. We're talking details only insiders would know. Who was where, who was hanging with who, what parties went down, and which cities Jay was moving through back in the early 90s. That kind of behind-the-scenes tea could help Ramir's side line up timelines and back up what his late mother Wanda always claimed, that she really did know Jay back in the day. And honestly, it kind of tracks with Dame's whole vibe. He's been calling Jay out for years, saying he sold out their legacy, turned his back on his people, and played dirty with the money. So now, it's looking like Dame might be using this case as the perfect moment to finally spill some long-buried secrets that's been burning a hole in his chest for decades. The internet's completely split over this one. Half the fans are cheering Dame on, saying it's about time someone stood up to JayZ and stopped protecting him like he's untouchable. But the other half? They think Dame's just stirring the pot again, using Ramir's situation as revenge for all the messy history between him and Jay. But just when everyone thought this saga couldn't possibly get any wilder, boom! Another shocker hits. A woman named Letitia Macer suddenly pops up claiming she's also JayZ's secret love child. Yep, another alleged Carter family twist in the making. This story's spinning out faster than anyone can keep up, and it's clear the past isn't done haunting Jay anytime soon. According to reports, Letitia Macer was born in Cambridge, Maryland, and her mom, Lisa, allegedly met JayZ back in the 90s. Letitia even went public on Instagram before deleting her post, saying she grew up in a city where everyone knew JayZ was her father. She dropped side-by-side photos of herself and Jay, and people online lost their minds. The resemblance had fans saying it was way too strong to ignore. But here's where it gets even juicier. One of the guys who was actually around Jay during those early Rockefeller days, Sino from State Property, started speaking up too. Sino came up under the rock around 99, right before State Property blew up, and what he's saying now might just flip the whole narrative. Sino claims he saw everything firsthand, and according to him, everyone in that Rockefeller circle during the 90s already knew Jay had a daughter out in Maryland, a child he straight up refused to claim. That's wild. Sino even shared something heartbreaking. When his own son tragically passed away in a car accident a few years back, JayZ never reached out. No call, no condolences, nothing. And Sino said he wasn't even surprised. In his words, if a man can't even acknowledge his own daughter, why would he show up for anybody else? That line hit people deep. Fans couldn't stop talking about it. Timelines were flooded with debates, disbelief, and sympathy for Letitia. But Sino didn't stop there. Not even close. He went even harder, questioning how JayZ could sleep at night knowing there's a young woman out there who might be his daughter. That's heavy stuff. And it's making everyone wonder if there's way more to Jay's past than anyone ever realized. But here's the wild part. Letitia's mom's story lines up perfectly with Ramir's mom's timeline. And that's what's got everyone talking. Both women claim they were involved with Jay back in the same early to mid-90s era, and both of their kids grew up hearing the same exact name as their alleged father. Coincidence? Maybe. But a lot of people online aren't buying that for a second. Fans are saying there's no way Jay only had one secret situation going on back in the day, especially knowing how he was moving when he was still hustling his way through the industry. The timelines match, the stories match, even the faces got folks double-taking. It's all starting to sound a little too connected. So now the internet's in full debate mode. Is this just another round of people trying to shake the Carter empire, or could there actually be some truth buried under all this drama? Could JayZ really have more than one child out there that the world doesn't know about? And the biggest question of all, why won't Jay just take the DNA test and silence everyone once and for all? What's really holding him back? Drop your thoughts down below. Do you think this is all cap or something deeper hiding in plain sight? Smash that like button, share this video, and don't forget to subscribe for more. See you in the next one.